Alrighty, Minecrafters. So, with the upcoming release of the next generation consoles and Minecraft being on both of them, I thought now was the perfect time to give you some basic tutorials on Minecraft. So, to start with, we are going to do surviving your first day on survival. So what I have here is Minecraft on the Xbox 360. It has just recently been updated with the new biome added, being the jungle biome, plus ocelots and a few other things. And they've also added support for texture packs. So, rather than doing the standard Minecraft skin, I thought we'd give it a shot with the Mass Effect texture pack. So, that being said, let's get into it. For those of you new to Minecraft, the first thing you'll notice is that the first time you create a world, it's going to take a little while because it's randomly generating your world. So that if it takes a little while, don't be worried. It's just creating the world for you to have hours of endless fun on this open sandbox world. Alrighty. So first thing you'll notice is when you spawn, the only thing you'll have on you is, well, on the Xbox 360 version, is a map. First thing you should be worried about, you should be concentrating on, is collecting the basics. So the first thing I always try to get is as much wood as I can, because wood is going to be the basic building block for our survival tools. So now that we've got our wood, we are going to look at creating... Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted with the texture pack. It's all quite different to what I'm used to. First things we're going to do is turn our oak wood that we just got from breaking that tree and turn it into planks. Now, some people just do what they need at once. I like to do it all to make it easy. Then we're going to make a couple of sticks, and we are going to make ourselves a crafting table, which is basically what you use to build the more complex stuff, like swords, picks, furnaces, the stuff you're going to need for your general survival. Now, as you see, the sun's getting up already working towards midday in the game, and we need to concentrate on making sure that we're going to survive the first night. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that crafting table we just made, and we're going to make two things. The first of them being a wooden pickaxe, because we're going to use that to mine up some better objects for mining and cutting down trees. The other thing I'm going to do is we're going to make a wooden sword. shovel, axe, hoe. Now, not everyone will make a wooden sword at this stage, but I just feel it's handy. It's going to speed stuff up. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to collect some basic food. So, sorry, Mr. Cow, but you're going to be dinner. Also, so when you're collecting your food, you can get them from various mobs. You can also get it from randomly get apples from breaking leaves, but the drop rate on that isn't overly great. So your best bet is look for cows, pigs, or chickens. And like we get raw beef from the cows, which gives us a small amount of hunger back. You'll notice the hunger bar is just above our hotbar on the right hand side. It is what looks like the drumsticks all lined up, and as we work more, like we run around and sprint, as we sprint around and mine, that'll work its way down. Now, the significance of the hunger bar. Your hunger bar needs to be above 9 of those drumsticks full for you to regenerate health. If it is below that, your health won't regenerate at all. At the moment, it's daytime, there's not much that can hurt us. The only real damage we have to worry about is fall damage or... yeah, well, basically fall damage or lava or fire, but there's none of that really around, so... okay, we've got enough food to get through the first day at the moment, so what we're going to do now is that sun's still working its way over, so what we need to do is to help us survive the first night. Now that we've got food, we've got a little bit of wood and basic crafting equipment, we're going to look for a good place to build a basic shelter. Basic shelter doesn't need to be anything fancy. If worse comes to worse, it could be just grass blocks that you've put around yourself, just big enough to give you a basic shelter for the night to protect you from our various mobs like creepers, skeletons, zombies. So what we're going to look for is somewhere that's actually, what we're going to do first is we're just going to collect a little bit more wood. Which, if I was we'll get our crafting table back out, we'll make some more sticks, and we'll make ourselves an axe just to speed this process up a little. Because what we're going to do with this wood is, if we can't find ourselves somewhere for shelter, we're going to build ourselves a little wooden shelter. So, we've got 32 wooden planks to build a shelter if need be. But what we're going to do, we're going to wander out into the desert and look for a village, which there's one over there, conveniently enough. Now, villages only spawn in 2 biomes. They're the desert biome, which you can see here, and the other one is the plains biome. I think that's sugarcane there. Yes, it is. So, up here, we have ourselves a village. And in the village, you'll find villagers, which you'll soon find can be quite annoying in the Xbox version. They don't really have any purpose other than just to be here. On PC, you can actually trade with the villagers, but the Xbox version is not currently updated to that level yet. So what we're going to do with this village is we're going to look for a house that we can... We're basically just going to take over a house, make sure it's well lit up and all that, ready for nighttime. So we've got somewhere safe to hide. Okay, so wait. So what I'm looking for is a house that's fairly well protected, that it at the very least has a door, 4 walls. But I'm being a little bit fussy with what I'm looking for, because what we're going to do with this village, well, what we may do with this village is convert it into a little permanent safe house for us. So we're going to make this house ours. I think this is our best bet. So now that this is, we're going to use this place for shelter. Going to place our crafting table. And the next handy thing that you'll want to do is we're going to want to create a chest to store our items in. Because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go out and we're going to face some of these mobs. I'm going to introduce you to them. And hopefully not die. So, a chest is created by using 8 lots of wooden planks in a square formation that's shown in the bottom left hand side of the crafting table. On PC, as a lot of you may know, you actually have to place the blocks in the crafting table, whereas the console version has a much simpler layout where you just select what you want to build and it does it for you. So we're going to we'll create 2 chests. And the beauty of creating 2 chests is when you see your first chest, you'll see how you have a 3 by 9 grid to place items in, same size as your inventory. When you set a second chest next to it, it becomes a double chest which then gives you a 6x9. It gives you twice the size. It's neater. I just think it looks a lot nicer. So what we're going to put in there is basically anything that we don't need on us. Leather. Put our spare wood and sticks in there. The other thing you'll notice with the map is when you use it, like when you first get it, it'll be blank and it'll slowly uncover as you explore the map, but you have to actually look at it for it to uncover. So we're going to put our map in there because we don't want to lose that. Right. Our wooden sword, which we might make another one of those, because a little bit of protection is better than none. Okay, we'll keep our wooden pickaxe, our wooden axe, and some of the food on us. Like I mentioned before, as you run around, your hunger bar decreases. As you'll see now, it's down to 4.5 of those chicken drumsticks. So what we're going to do is we're going to eat some raw beef. This slowly fills our health. It's not ideal as raw beef because it only fills, I think it's 2 bits of hunger per piece of raw beef. But it's better than nothing. And then we'll put our leftovers back in the box. Oh crap. What we heard then, the thing that made me go, oh crap, that is a creeper. If you get too close to them, they will explode. They're on a short time. They have like a short fuse. So you do have a small amount of time to escape them, but I wouldn't bank on it. As you just saw there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to patch up the house because my OCD kicked in a little. Hang on. So, creepers, if you do kill them successfully before they explode, you can actually get gunpowder from them, which can be used to create TNT. I do believe it's also used for it's used in potion making, which is something we'll get onto later, but at the moment all we're worried about is surviving the first night. So over here we have a zombie. So it's just typical zombie behaviour. He's just going to come straight at you. Fairly easy to kill. Zombies alright by themselves. Once you start getting to it, like once they start hoarding, then you'll have a little bit more problem killing, but 1 or 2 by themselves are easy enough to kill. Okay, what we have here is just one of the 2 types of spiders. That one was just a normal one. The other kind of spider, which you're very unlikely to find above ground level, is a cave spider. A little bit. They're a fraction smaller. They're blue in colour, and they actually poison you when they attack you, whereas the ones above ground only hit you. With spiders, you can find them during the day, along with creepers. Creepers will hurt you all the time. Spiders, during the day, they won't actually attack you unless you attack them. Alright. So, now we're going to look for, before the sun comes up, we're going to see if we can find a skeleton, which there's one over here. Now, skeletons can be a little bit trickier when you first start off, because they actually have a bow and arrow. I've found the best way of dealing with them is to just strafe them. And like when you're first starting off, or if you really don't want to fight them, you can just run away. You just gotta make sure you know where you're running. Now let's find another. We'll find another skeleton or zombie, and I'll show you what happens when that sun hits them. In fact, there's one up here. So when that sun hits them, they're going to catch on fire. So during the day, you won't find zombies or skeletons above ground. As, yeah, they just burn. Unless he's lucky enough to find shelter like that. But as I said before, you still got to keep an eye out for creepers during the day, especially just after sunrise, as a creeper may be hiding just outside your shelter. But yeah. So I can't see any creepers in the immediate area, and I think that's a good place to leave this tutorial / let's play.